This is the 16th World Annual Conference for rabbis from all around the world. We have rabbis from 40 countries. There are 189 rabbis at the conference, and we're very happy to celebrate this Jewish gathering. The rabbi's role is actually the most complicated role in the community because everyone thinks he's doing something else. There's those who think he's the policeman, there's those who think he's the psychologist, and there's those who think he's the educator. He's actually the mother and father of the community. And just like any parent who has to go through all the challenges at home, so does the rabbi with all the challenges of the community.
So what does it give them here as they meet each other and they raise the challenges? Maybe sometimes a feeling like, oh wow, I'm happy to hear that other people have challenges that some are similar, some are different.
I think what they find is, first of all, most of the challenges are very similar. Every time I meet rabbis out of Israel, they tell me my community is different. And I don't want to tell them your community is actually just like the other different one, and you're both different in the same way. I don't tell them that until they come here and get together. And then they actually see we're running the same challenges and we can share the problems and share the solutions.
We're talking these days as the news coming from America, of all places, is all about anti-Semitism. That, of course, is a topic that is raised here as well.
Of course it's a topic raised. Anti-Semitism is raising, of course, all around the world. And often it's not really anti-Semitism, it's anti-Zionism and anti-Israel. And as soon as Israel becomes more and more dominant power in the world, or more and more dominant in action around the world, the rest of the world are aggressively attacking back. The rabbis' role here is, first of all, they're calming down the communities. The way we respond is not to bring violence back to violence. We're bringing happy faces and we're trying to share thoughts with other people around the world. And as Jews, we know that Kol Adam Nivra B'Tselem, that all people were created by God, and we want them to all be part of the Jewish ideology that we're sharing with them.
What is important for you that people in Israel will actually understand about our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, what they're going through?
It's important that we all understand that people in diaspora do care about Israel, are interested in what's going on in Israel, and want to be involved in what goes on in Israel. It's not only a question, yes, aliyah or not aliyah. Obviously, the next step will be the more they want to be involved, the more they want to come. Often our solution is, let's strengthen the communities abroad, because the stronger people abroad are those who want to make aliyah later.
So let's talk a bit about the challenges. As you said, this is the 16th conference. How are the challenges changing throughout these years?
Obviously, technology is one of the biggest things that changes, especially when we're speaking of youth. If it were youth coming to hear a lecture at one point, today youth are looking for your lecture on YouTube. And if a rabbi isn't on YouTube today, he doesn't manage to reach the youth. I mean, even if he brings them to the community, he needs to continue following up on Facebook pages, Twitter, or every country with their way of doing it. That's one thing. The more complicated thing is those who use their technology during the lecture, which is what, of course, they're doing. And then they're going to all sorts of other places and starting to think about other things. Now, the rabbis who are good and talented know how to bring back the students to listen and to care. The real solution is not to bring them to listen, but to bring them to do something. When they take action, when they take responsibility, the youth who are responsible then become the youth who become the leaders of the community, often the youth movement leaders.